Hey guys, welcome to Just Be Handy. My neighbor just brought this Briggs & Stratton generator over, the G1000M, and he said it didn't start for him. So whenever you get something like this for somebody else, you don't know what it's been through, where it's going. Always check to make sure it's got oil, because if you get this thing started and it doesn't have oil in it, you could take out their engine and then you're looking at a big bill. So first, always check the oil. So for this one, it's got a rubber cover that you get off of here. And then there's the oil to be able to check it right there. And we'll just unscrew that and see, is there any oil in there and what's the oil condition. So yep, it's filled with oil. Could use a change. Don't know how old it's been, but you can see it's easy to undo that little bolt and let that oil drain. Just bring it forward on the table and put a can under it. Once you know that there's oil in it, you do make sure that the engine switch is on and the fuel switch is on. And instead of filling it up with fuel, try to start it with some carb cleaner. So since I know there's oil in here, I'm going to close this up for right now, then turn it over here to get to the air box, which is right here, and just undo the two screws here and here. Okay. I didn't turn on the fuel, but I just want to make sure that it's going to start with some carb cleaner, because that'll let me know that it's got spark. Start up. There we go. It's started up on carb cleaner, so that means that everything is okay, but the carburetor has got some gunk in it. So now we'll have to remove this to get in here and get that carb cleared out. Okay, next we're going to remove this cover. In most cases, it's just a little gunk in these carburetors. They're usually good about being able to start with minimal fuel. There we go. There's a little nut that goes under here, and that is usually 10 millimeter as well. There we go. And you may need a rag to catch all the fuel that gets out of there as you take that nut off. And just check to see what's underneath in that bowl. And you could definitely spray the inside of these two holes here. See, we got the screw out from the bottom. Now we just get this bowl out. There we go. You can see there's some gunk in there that we're going to clean up. And then spray here, and that should take care of it. I don't want to take it apart too much. And you can see there's a screw here to just get the fuel out of the bowl after you run it out of fuel when you put it away, and that helps tremendously with these to keep them running. So we'll just continue cleaning this out. Then you take the carb cleaner and just make sure it goes through the jets. There we go. That's for the float bowl, and just kind of squirt it in there. And that will take care of most of it. Don't touch the adjustment screws. Usually they're fairly good. Then when you put the air box back on, make sure this breather hose is connected and you put it back together. So really that's the quick cleaning. If the float is got gunk on it, you could always remove this pin and clean it, but usually this is all you need for a quick cleaning to start it. So I'm going to put it back together and see if it works with just the carburetor back on here. I won't put the air cleaner on, and we'll see how it runs. So we could use those nuts we just took off to keep the carburetor in place, just like this. And then we'll put the float bowl back on. Okay, got to make sure this float bowl, I do want to be able to get to the screw easily from out there to release the fuel, so I will put it kind of sideways, but it has to be in line here. And see, they have a hole here to be able to get to the screw and drop the fuel out of it. See this hole right here? That's so you could get a screwdriver in and get to that screw and let the fuel out when you want to put it away. All right, so we'll put that there, and then I'll just snug this up. You don't want to torque this real hard, just a quick snug. There we go. And then also for these, so that the carburetor doesn't come off. Okay. Now we'll turn the fuel back on right here. Use a little choke. Make sure the power switch is in the on position. There we go. Now we'll see if it runs well with the choke fully open. Just let it warm up a little bit. There we go. Guys, I think we have a success here. All right, now all we have to do is put everything back together. All right, guys, now I'm going to remove these two nuts and just put the air cover back on, air cleaner cover back on, and then we'll button it up, and I'll ask him if he needs an oil change, but we'll go from there. Take off the two nuts, make sure the breather hose goes through here, and that's usually a feat to try, so you might need some pliers to get it going. That looks like it's going in. All right. It did go in fairly good. And so we'll just get these started. Then you need to put the steel plate here, so in case the air filter collapses, it's got that. The baffle. This baffle is here for the breather. So just like this. Okay. And because it tells you run and choke, this is to the top. You can't really put it on backwards. And these again are finger tight. And then for sanity check, because we did warm it up, we'll just keep it in the run position. Make sure the on switch is here. Give it a pull. There we go, guys. The choke is fully open, it's running well, and that's all it took. Give us a thumbs up. Just be handy.